this is Microservices 3, which is the ranking microservice that is created in Swagger Hub and an API-first design approach. And so this will basically return, given a user ID, like a list of the user's rankings of their matcha and some details on it. So let me just give an example. So post will basically add a matcha ranking. So I already have an example in place, so we can just execute it. So you would usually put the user as well as what matcha you would add under their list. But I already have an example, so I'll just do that. So then you'll see that it will add, it added one item, which is this apodity, and so it will also have the rating and the cost per gram. And so now that you have added a ranking, you can also just check getting the entire ranking given a user ID. You'll also be able to filter it based on, like, let's say minimum, like, oh, I want to see only the teas that I have rated 3 and above, or maybe or you can set a range with the max rating, or you can do a cost per gram kind of like check, like, oh, I only want to see my cheaper teas that have a certain rating range. But for this one, we'll just do user ID, and you can see that from the example, it returns this apodity again. And now we should also be able to basically get the ranking of, like, one ranking of a user. So if you just want to search for a specific tea, this is kind of like still in process. Like, it probably would be name instead of ID, but I'll just do ID for now. And it should return a 1 item. And using that, you should also be able to put, which is basically replace a rating. So let's say I had this tea again and I thought it was better. I'd be able to replace my rating for it. As an example, maybe like I will say, oh, actually Aputo was really good. The Aputo tea was really good, so then I want to replace it with a higher ranking. And you'll see that, like, it gets replaced with a higher rating. This is still an example response, so it didn't change, but once we implement it, since Swagger doesn't have the implementation done, only the API first design. And finally, we should also be able to delete a ranking, and it should just return basically like if it has successfully deleted a ranking. So this is 2 of 4. And so that is a demo of the third microservice as well as what it should return. Thank you.